What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Machiavelli, and I'm back with another reaction video, man. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope your Thanksgiving was great. If you guys did celebrate Thanksgiving, um, first thing of today, got a shout out, bro. I don't know if he's a subscriber or not, but let me see. Let me see. Shout out to Cameron Rhodes. That's effing crazy. So basically, he was watching my Steve Wilkos reaction video, obviously. And these I say it all the time, you guys, man. You guys just have to be very careful of who's around your kids, no matter how happy you are with this individual. They could be abusing your kid or, molesting your kid, and you have no idea what's going on because you're so blinded by the happiness by this person, gives you. You know, you, just some sick people out there, man. So just watch out. Um, So we got Sadhguru. Do this for 2 days and you'll become fantastic within yourself. I'm pretty sure a lot of us want to become fantastic within ourselves. If you don't, something's wrong with you. But without further ado, man, let's get it.
Because this is the most important piece of life in your life, isn't it?
Yes.
Because the
Hey guys, Toby Mathis here.
Not the ad
and the question I
already.
get all the time is, how do I make my personal assets?
Are you missing out on the main formula that could keep you happy? There are certain things that can be changed to make your life joyful.
you're a bundle of thoughts, emotions, ideas, opinions and prejudices right now, not a piece of life. If you sat here just as a piece of life, not as a man, not as a woman, not as this, not as that, not as a thought, not as an emotion, just a piece of life, this would naturally reverberate with the rest of the existence. Right now, you invested too much on little things, like earning a living and having this and having that, and missing everything. Oh, should I not have this, should I not have that? Having is not the problem, clinging is the problem, isn't it? Having is not the problem. What you have, you become that after some time. Have you noticed? On a particular day when you're very joyful, 24 hours, poof, just went off like a moment. You're miserable and depressed, one day goes like a eon. So only miserable people have a long life. Joyful people, even if they live to be 100, it's too brief.
Yeah.
Before you know what's happening, it'll be gone. Really, it gets over too fast. But if you're miserable, you will live long. So it's a very brief life. And whatever is of paramount importance to this life must happen at the earliest, not day after tomorrow, isn't it? It must be today. So, the life process doesn't wait. You need to understand, your life is just a certain combination of time and energy. Energy we can manage, time you cannot manage. It's going away? It doesn't matter. You're awake, you're asleep, you're okay, you're not okay, you're happy, you're miserable. going, going, going. As I'm talking, you're 2 minutes closer to the grave. Yes or no? Time, you cannot manage, it's just going. You can only manage your energy, you can manage your activity. How you make use of the time, you can manage. But you cannot manage time, it's slipping away, isn't it?
Dude, I feel like I'm reacting to these things in a revolving door type of way. Like, time you can't get back. Like he said, like time is like the only thing you cannot manage. But the things that you can manage within yourself, manage it. Like, I'm pretty sure we all go through those times of where if we're miserable, whether if we're at work or in class, in school, whatever, miserable day, tiresome day, we're constantly looking at the clock to see what time it is, or looking at our phones to see what time it is, because we're just so bored and we're over this day. Now, if today was an exciting day, for whatever reason, whew, crazy thing is, either way it goes, the time, it goes by. Every minute that passes as I'm watching this video, I'm getting older. We're all getting closer to the grave. No matter what we're doing, how we're doing it, when we're doing it. That's the crazy thing about life, bro. It's crazy, man.
So if you recognize that your life is just a certain amount of time and energy, you would definitely invest your energy. In a way, it is most meaningful to this life, isn't it?
So many people. So many people. He said this from the beginning. So many people, we worried about a means of living. How to get this, how to get that. We don't actually take the time to sit back and, you know what? Let's enjoy life. It's not about having the newest designer clothes, the newest Jordans, the biggest chain, the nicest car, the most expensive car. Let's just enjoy life. Doesn't always have to cost something to enjoy life, But of course, with a lot of us, we think that if I go on a huge shopping spree, yeah, I'd be ecstatic. But if I don't, I'm miserable. I just don't understand the logic of most people in the world. Because they don't think like how he thinks. They're not really figurative thinkers like that. They take this stuff for granted and it could be all taken away from you just as quickly as it came,
But if you do not understand this, if you intentionally forgetful about the briefness of life and you go about as if you're eternal, yes, you are eternal, aren't you? On a daily basis, you're not aware that life will end for me, and it could be today.
Right.
Not to be terrified,
Yeah.
just to be in tune with the fundamental facts of life,
Yeah.
that it is possible that our lives could end today, isn't it? Possible? We are not intending, we are not seeking that, but it's possible, isn't it? If you miss this, then you'll miss your whole life.
The practice you are about to learn is almost never described publicly.
And I feel like a lot of people are doing that nowadays, I feel like a lot of people nowadays, you guys let me know how you guys feel, but I feel like nowadays people are more so in a hurry to get things done and not really taking the time to actually enjoy the process or, like enjoy life as it's, let it run its actual course. Like, don't just, be in such a hurry just to get to your results all the time, because that's what a lot of us do. We're so busy thinking about what we want, what we need, and I have to have this, I have to have that, and I'm in a hurry to get it. I need it now, I need it now, I need it now. But we don't stop and relax and just think like, yo, Life is too short. I need to enjoy this rather than sit up here rushing it. Makes a lot of sense.
You do not understand that you have an expiry date and it is not even fixed like a pharmaceutical product that you have
Right.
another…
That's what's so crazy. In a way, we do have an expiration date. All of us do. Just because we don't know when it is doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Everything has an expiration date. I tell people this all the time, man. Nothing, and I mean nothing, lasts forever. Nothing. I don't care if it's the newest iPhone. I don't care if it's the newest car. I don't care if it's the newest designer clothes. I don't care if it's the newest Xbox. I don't care if it's the newest PlayStation. I don't care if it's the newest laptop or the newest webcam or the newest sneakers or the newest whatever. Anything you guys can possibly think of, I promise you, it doesn't last long. Nothing lasts long. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing. Everything has an expiration date. Everything gets old at some point in time and is no longer, amongst the living. Or flip phones. Does anybody still use those? No. Cars from the 30s. How often do you guys see those? Animals, insects. These are things that die every day. So what makes us think that we don't have an expiration date? Some of the meat that people eat has an expiration date. The milk you guys drink, the orange juice, everything, soda, like candy bars, whatever it is, I promise you, there's an expiration date on everything. And I mean everything. There's not one thing that somebody can sit up here and tell me that there's not an expiration date on, because it is. Just because that person doesn't know it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that it's gonna last forever,
The 2 years to live. It could be just about any time. If you miss this one fundamental fact, you're sure to miss your whole life, because everything that's vital will be tomorrow, and tomorrow never happens.
There are some simple but very effective practices that humans have forgotten along the way. During another talk, Sadhguru reminds us of how life should be lived and how simple it
I thought he was about to say something in relation to literally what I just said, which was even chicken have expiration. I thought he was about to say something like that, but okay, guess not.
In some way rooted in filth. But the question is only, does it throw out a fragrant blossom? That's all the question is. If the roots are bloody clean, it will not throw out anything wonderful. Are we in the process of transformation? Because this is the nature of life. Are we a continuous process of transformation? Because everything is. Everything else on the planet is in the process of transformation. Are you a process of transformation? That's a big question. If you are a big yes to this one question, nothing else matters. If you're a stagnant pool, getting entangled in this and that every day, and finding devious reasons as to why you're entangled, then you're a hopeless case. You're a waste of time on this planet. When I say waste of time, I'm saying a wasted life because your life is just time. Some other creature could have lived. A grasshopper would have hopped around with more joy than a devious human being. If you're not capable of something better than every other creature, we have no business because we are a bloody expensive life. Expensive in every way. To eat, sleep, to walk, how many arrangements we need for so much expense. Action every day.
Winter is coming, and I want you to know that when it comes, I want you prepared. If all you do is
Terrible crime because
This may sound weird to people who've never heard this before, but I cannot, and I repeat, I cannot stretch this enough. There's times where, I don't just think about human life. I think about just like all aspects of life, which is whether if it's an insect or if it's, animal, all these things have feelings, right? All these things are living or amongst the living. So when we do certain things that may be I gotta watch what I say when I say this. When it's not really something good to do to a certain animal or an insect even, we actually have to stop and think about how us humans would feel if we were, sprayed with ant spray or, mauled by a bear, like we literally have to think about that. Like when you guys watch, some of you, not all of you, some of you, if you guys ever watched Animal Planet, it's pretty much like, all these snakes or mooses or deers or foxes, all just animals from A to Z. How they live in the wildlife, how they get treated in the wildlife. Like I say, they live and die every single day. And the things that happen to them, I can't even imagine happening to me. I think about it, but it's just like, dang, whoo! To get mauled by a lion or a bear or a tiger or whatever. Things that they do out there in the wilderness. I couldn't imagine happening to me. I think about it for sure. But it's just like, dude, this is a life I could not relate to. But I think about it all the time. But basically what I'm saying is we have to think about all aspects of life, not just human life, How we treated if somebody smacked us because we were just walking around. Even though that's what the bumblebee just did. Call him, or flying around rather, but we don't fly. But you guys get what I'm saying though, right? Just think about all aspects of life, man.
if we were sensitive, not ego sensitive, life sensitive, if we were life sensitive Everything that we can do, we would anyway do. What we cannot do, what to do? We can't do, that's all. But what we can do would happen. You're very sensitive to what happens to you, barely sensitive to what happens to everything else. In this condition, the most wonderful nature of the human being will not find expression. You have to become sensitive. You must understand the tree, the flower, the birds and all creatures are very sensitive to everything that's happening around them. They won't go and hurt anything unless they need to eat. Yes, unless it's their food. They never went about simply killing.
See what I'm
They're
saying?
very sensitive to life. Not in the way you understand, not as an emotion,
Right.
but simply sensitive to life. So human beings,
I couldn't have said that no better. But that's exactly what I was trying to say, just in case you guys couldn't understand it. And in the way that I was trying to put it. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was just
show
trying to
little
say.
evolution, you know. We have to show little evolution, little more evolution than the other creatures which are on the force. Yes, I know. In the world there is competition for resource, there is competition for everything. And some friction will happen here and there. I am not innocent of those things. But I want you to at least eliminate the friction that happens within you, though you have nothing to gain.
In another talk, Sadhguru explains the value of life in the simplest way. Check this out.
Sadhguruji, then what is it? Okay, so for all of us, how do we live our days? What is the best way to just go about it? Give us in clear, simple sentences. Do this and you will be at least on the way to being blissful or happy or aware or living in a nice, conscious way.
If you just observe, if everybody makes a little effort, everybody take a little time for this piece of life, okay? Not for your family, not for your career, not for something else. Just for this piece of life, give it little time because this is the most important piece of life in your life, isn't it? So pay some attention to this. How does it happen? Why have you taken it for granted?
Helen Hansel was able to win any competition she took part in. She was known as the contest queen.
That's all we do, is take it for granted. I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, well, we don't. Oh, I don't. Oh, I don't. Oh, I don't. Yes, you do. Everybody does. Because everything is so fast-paced now. Everybody is, nobody is just taking the time to just sit back and observe. Because everything is moving so rapidly now. Nobody has time. Nobody's trying to make time. But then once you're 1 or 2 steps closer to your grave, you're like, damn. And all this time, all I've been stressing about was BS.
Believe me, you're not going to be here forever. So, do not take this for granted. If you wake up in the morning, tomorrow if you wake up in the morning, of all the people who go to bed tonight, over 1 million people will not wake up tomorrow morning. And tomorrow, if you and me wake up tomorrow morning, is it not a fantastic thing? 1 million people did not wake up. You woke up. Is it not a great thing? Just look at the ceiling and smile. You are still awake. You're still there.
See what I'm saying?
And for many millions of people, somebody who's dear to them did not wake up.
Right.
So just check those 5, 6 people around you, they all woke up, wow, it's a fantastic day. You woke up and everybody who matters to you around you woke up. Is it not fantastic day?
Yes.
You don't seem to think so.
Yes.
Because the problem is just this, you are living with an idea that you're immortal. When I say you're immortal, you're not actually thinking you're immortal, but you're not conscious of your mortality. If you're not conscious of your mortality, somewhere you think you're immortal, isn't it? How many moments in a day are you conscious that you're mortal? If you were conscious, would you have time to crib? Would you have time to fight with somebody? Would you have time to do some rubbish with your life? If you knew, if you are conscious that you're mortal, you would do nothing other than what is absolutely needed for you and everybody around you. This one thing if you do, if you just remind yourself, you don't think this is a negative thing. Death is not a negative thing, it's the only thing which has added value to your life. If you're here forever, you would be unbearable. Every day, every moment, if you remind yourself, this is a brief life, I'm mortal, one day I will end. Just do this for 2 days and see, you will become something truly fantastic within yourself. Just this is all, that's all that's needed. If you want to know the value of life, just know that it's a brief happening.
This is not the only way to look at life, but certainly this is one of the best ways to do so. Click on the video shown right above the screen to see more videos from us. What would you like to see next? Share your thoughts in the comments section.
Damn, almost.
Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.
I'll say that to my watch later. Alright, that's the end of that video, man. If you guys like this video, give it a fat thumbs up. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You guys heard it here first, man. Take that extra few seconds to sit back and just reflect. Think, yo, I will not be here tomorrow. There's a possibility I won't be here tomorrow. I don't know that, but I do know that life is very, very short. So I don't have time to argue when it's not necessary to argue. I don't have time to fight if it's unnecessary to fight. I don't have, these things are just, like I said, it's BS. Enjoy life the best way you know how. And like I said, it doesn't always have to be spending money. Just something, that's free. Just being here, waking up in the morning, I know that sounds cliche because a lot of people say, well, I'm blessed because I woke up this morning, but at the same time, it's true, But Machiavelli Gang, we up out of here, man. I love you guys, man. You guys have a blessed one, a safe one. I'm catch you guys on the next one. Peace.